Buckley. Buckley is the official studio dog of producer Millian. There he is. There he is. Buckley, speak. Huh? Are you the studio dog? Sure? Yeah?
There's Buckley. You've heard it straight from the dog's mouth. And straight from his mouth, the breath is pretty bad. You can also hear my 4-year-old yelling at me in the background to stop it. So he's nice and testy in the morning. So that's always a fun thing to start out with. Yeah. Hey guys, producer Millian up in here. Been a little while since I did one of these episodes because I was away on vacation, took the family away. And I'm back in action and I'm getting back into work and back into the routine, which is like the hardest thing ever when you've gone on vacation. We were away at Disneyland. So I went to Disneyland in California and California Adventure, both of those two parks that are side by side there in the at the theme park section that they have. And we had a great time. It was long overdue, mainly because I work really hard, you know, and I know I fool around a lot and I kind of I act kind of silly, but I really do work a lot. And in the time leading up to this vacation, I was just working ridiculous hours because I wanted to get kind of pre-caught up before I went away. And then when I went away for the week and then came back, and now I'm even further behind. So I'm not quite sure how that works. It just seemed to come together like that. I don't know. So I'm hoping to do these again more regularly and get some more videos and episodes out to you just to kind of show you the voiceover world and just kind of the stuff that I do. Not that I'm anybody important, but I kind of have a different take on how I do things, and I have a different business model and some different insights on running a business if that's something that you're planning on doing. So again, subscribe if you see the button around here somewhere, because you want to check out these videos. I guarantee I'll bring a unique perspective on some things that you may not have heard other places. I don't like the usual cliche crap that you hear with a lot of people, and I'm not going to sit here and give you the whole fancy sales pitch about why you need to get out there and get excited. No, I don't do that stuff. I want to give you reality because, believe me, I've been through hell and back in business, and I would like to share the stories with you and show you my battle scars so that hopefully you don't have to go through them. So, anyway, now that I digress, let me tell you about Disneyland. So we had a good time. It was about 4 days of the park, so 2 and 2 for each park. And then we had a day of travel, and then we had a day where we did the character breakfast. So it was a really good time. And Disney is one of our favorite things. As you can tell, I'm wearing my incredible shirt. And I'm a big fan of Monsters, Inc. And one day when I'll do the studio tour, you'll see there's a lot of Mike Wazowski in here from Monsters, Inc. And there's Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb. So there's a lot of Phineas and Ferb stuff in here, too. One of my biggest places that I draw inspiration from. And just heard very sad news that they have concluded the last episode of Phineas and Ferb, and it is all done. So I'm so brokenhearted today. So that's probably my favorite Disney thing of all time, and just the biggest inspiration with what the work that those guys have done and their level of creativity that they have. So those guys are just amazing. So huge fan. So back to work now. One of the funniest things that I have to deal with now. You know, I'm one of those people where if I just smell a buffet, I put on 5 pounds. I gained a ton of weight over this time that I was away, and leading up to it I was down about 15 pounds, and I don't know how I did it, but in 4 days the scale says I'm up 10. I don't even think that's possible for anyone else except me. I don't know how. I walked 50 miles over 4 days. We had one of those Fitbit trackers. 50 miles over 4 days, and I still managed to gain weight. I mean, yes, I ate a lot, but I didn't think it was that much. So that's one of the first things I have to deal with, is not only feeling a little heavier, but also being kind of a little uncomfortable as I'm doing my work. So that slows me down, and I got to get some exercise and all that kind of good stuff. But the good part is that before going away, I realized, yeah, I work hard, and because I work for myself, I have the ability to give myself a raise. So I did. So not a whole lot. I bumped up my rates a little tiny bit. So hopefully that'll translate to a little less work, but for the same or more profit and all that. Because, you know, it's one of those things when you're doing your business, you have to have life balance too. You know, I'm totally a workaholic, and I have to get better at this, where I spend more time exercising, more time just kind of sitting doing nothing, more time with my family and prayer and all that stuff, and just keeping myself in the right state of mind and doing what I need to do. So first thing I'll tell you is make sure you work on a life balance if you're going to do any kind of project at all. I mean, yeah, it's fun to run yourself into the ground sometimes, but you can't do that forever. And take it from me, I've done it, I've crashed and burned, and I'm doing it better now than I used to, but I still have to work on getting better with that. So my first thing to tell you today is make sure you have fun. Make sure that you enjoy your time and your life, your work, and your everything all at one time. Very, very important. A lot of audiobooks going on right now. I have work out the wazoo, and if you've ever had work coming out your wazoo, it is not good. Well, it's a pleasant problem to have. I shouldn't say it's not good. It's just I like to crank stuff out quickly and get stuff to my clients fast, and everybody wants stuff immediately these days. So I hate being behind. I hate being like, oh, you know, I need time, I'm falling. I hate when that happens, and it happens sometimes, and it's just the way it is. So I'm a little behind on my clients, but it's not the worst thing in the world. A lot of stuff for Amazon's ACX service, and usually that goes pretty well. I get a couple of their engineers that can be a pain in the rump sometimes with changes and revisions that they want, and they can be a little difficult. But all in all, things are going well. Getting back into the drift, getting back into the swing of life here. The Whisper Room that I was telling you about in a previous episode is set up. It's over here in the corner, and I'll show that to you at some other time. Not going well. It's basically not what I expected, not what I had hoped for, and at this point, I'm kind of stuck with it. Returning it's not an option because of its size and freight and that whole thing, and selling it off, I'll lose money. Either way, I'm screwed. But you know, I try to be a positive guy. I try to look for the best in everything here, and at this point, I just have to make it work and make the best of it. Stay focused, and that's it. That's the best I could tell you. In a future video, I will show you what it looks like. I'll walk you through it and show you kind of what I hear and what the situation is, and that way you can get a feel for yourself. If you're someone that's going to be purchasing one of these in the future, there's a lot of videos out there that show how great they are, and in some applications they work perfectly well. In my application, it didn't go as I had hoped, and I'll show you why that is. And the people at Whisper Room have been very, very nice and very helpful in talking to me, reaching out to me, trying to come up with a solution, figure something. So I don't want it to sound like I'm bagging on them in any way, because it's not the case. It's just, you spend a lot of money on something and you expect something and you get let down, and it really gets heartbreaking, to be very truthful and blunt with you about that. But got to make the best of it. Got to figure a way to make it work, and it'll work out for my good somehow. We'll see. So as we go forward, I'll show you all that stuff. Keep you updated on everything. Thanks for hanging out with me. Listen, guys, I'm on Twitter at Producer Millian, on Facebook.com if you search for Producer Millian Quinteros, which is my full name, and also here on YouTube if you'll subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it, because not only do I talk about voiceover and business, which is a fun business to be in, I'm kind of a wacko, so you never know what amusement you might find by listening to me. So if this is your industry, come hang out with me. If it's not, come hang out with me anyway, and we'll have some fun together. So subscribe, check it out. My website is Millian.com, www.millian.com. So check out Millian.com, and you can contact me there as well if you need. And if you need any audio, book, voice work, voiceovers, commercials, anything like that involves my golden angel voice, hit me up. Thanks, guys. It's Producer Millian signing off. See you next time.